If your vendor provides on-order records with 970 tags, it's easier and faster to bulk add titles to a PO rather than adding them one at a time. This video will review that process. In this workflow, staff download a file of brief bibliographic records from the vendor. These records have order information contained in the 970 tags. The 970 tags specify quantity, destination branch, item template to be used, and more. The information in these tags will be used to generate purchase order line item segments when added to a PO. After downloading the records from the vendor, staff then import them into Polaris through an import profile specifically set up for loading vendor records. If duplicate bib records are found in the CCS database, the settings in the import profile ensure that the 970 field is retained and added to the existing bib record. The import profile should also ensure that the imported bibs are being saved in a record set. From the record set, the bib records will then be added in bulk to a new or existing purchase order. When the purchase order is created, Polaris will use the information stored in the 970 fields to automatically generate the line item segments. Let's walk through this together. From the Utilities menu, select Importing and then choose either Full or Express Import. Select your import profile from the list of available options. In this example, I'm choosing a profile called CCS Import Book Vendor on Order Records. In the lower portion of the screen, click Add to locate the records to be imported. When you find the file to load, select the name and click Open. If you'd like, navigate to the different import setting tabs to review. Make sure that your import profile is set to save a record set of the bibs that are imported. When ready, click Import to begin to load the records. Depending on how large the file is, the import may take a few to several minutes to complete. You can refresh the import cube periodically to check on the progress of the import. When the import has completed, you'll need to open the record set created as part of the import process. If you're unsure what the name of the record set generated is, it can be found listed in the import report, which can be opened from the import queue. You can also view the import report to ensure all of your records imported correctly. To search for the record set, open the cataloging menu and click Record Set. In the Find tool, type in the name of the record set that was created when you loaded your on-order records. Double-click to open the record set from the list of search results. Next, to add all of the bibs you just imported to a PO, select Tools and click Add All Records to, and then select New Purchase Order. When you add the bibs to a new PO, a dialog box will appear. Enter in the purchase information for the new PO, including PO number and suffix. You can use a PO template if you'd like to complete default PO data. Click Find to search and select a PO template. If you don't want to use a template, complete the remaining information, including library, order type, payment method, and supplier. Next, enter the default information to create the line item segments. Note that this default information is used only when the bibliographic records do not contain 970 tags that contain price, material type, destination, collection, and fund information that's needed to create the purchase order line item segments. You can specify a location for Polaris to save your bulk add report so that you can review segments created using the default data due to missing or invalid bib data. Once you've completed filling out these fields, click OK to finish and open the new PO. The new purchase order won't automatically open, but is easy to link to from the bib records in the record set. Right-click any of the bibs and hover over Links. You should see a menu appear. Select Purchase Orders from the list. This will pull up all purchase orders linked to this particular bib record. Find your purchase order record in the list and double-click to open. Now check to confirm that the information in the purchase order was correctly pulled in from the 970 tags. If I navigate to the Line Item tab, I can see that 3 polys were created, which is what I expected. If I double-click one of the polys to open, I can review that the quantity, fund, material type, price, collection, and destination are correct. If I need to make corrections, I can do so at this time. If all information looks to be correct, I can release the PO. To do this, click the Release icon in the shortcut bar or go to Tools and click Release. When I click Released, I'm asked if I want to generate on-order item records. If you'd like to generate item records, click Yes. Polaris will also ask if you'd like to pay upon receipt of the invoice or if you'd like to prepay. Select the appropriate option and click OK. When I go back to the purchase order, I can see that the status has now changed from pending to released. If I click the Links menu and select Item Records, I can review the on-order item records that were generated when I released the purchase order. When you release a purchase order, the order's cost will be encumbered from the appropriate funds if you select Pay upon receipt of invoice. To view the funds linked to the purchase order, click the Links menu and select Funds. All items on this particular poly were tied to my print adult fiction fund. In the general view, you can see the fund's transaction history. When I released the PO, 3 separate encumbrances were applied to the fund for the 3 corresponding line item segments. If I open the Fund Balances tab, I can see that I now have $145.94 encumbered out of the total $15,000 allocated. Hopefully, you've learned a lot about purchase orders in this video. If you have questions, please email CCS staff at help@ccslib.org.